What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show today. We're going to be talking about the top 5 easy and simple ways to make your turbo car faster. Alright guys, my name is Russell, aka Medic Magic. And like I said, today we're going to be talking about the top 5 easy, simple ways that you guys can make your turbo cars faster. We're sitting here in my Mark 7 GTI that I've had for a couple years. I also have a Turbo S2000 if you guys are new to the channel.
You ask me how the turbo work, I tell you how the turbo work. The air go in there, it go through the cooler, it go in over there, it come out here, and here it go.
So the first thing on the list is going to be wheels/tires. So starting with tires first, most cars come with all-season tires, which are good for all seasons. Snow, rain, the heat of summer, springtime, they're gonna do a decent job at basically any point in time during the year. Versus if you guys get summer tires, they're gonna be basically made for the summer, springtime. They're gonna handle wet weather really well, but it's gonna make going around turns a lot easier. Your car is gonna stick, it's gonna be planted, it's gonna bite, it's gonna cut time off your turns and how quickly you can get in and out of those turns. Basically because summer tires, performance tires, are made of a softer compound. Now the tread wear on them, they're not gonna last as long as all season tires, but because of the softer material, they're gonna be able to stick and really plant into those turns. Also, they have less resistance, so you're gonna get better gas mileage. So it's a win-win. All right guys, so let's talk about wheels now. So on my GTI, the stock wheels weighed about 25 pounds. Now I have Koenig Renform wheels that weigh about 18 to 19 pounds, which makes a really big deal. If you guys have ever heard of sprung weight versus unsprung weight, basically sprung weight being anything that's supported by the springs. Makes sense. The body, the engine, the transmission, everything inside the car, U is all sprung weight. Now when you look at unsprung weight, it's going to be the wheels, the tires, the brakes, the rotors, the calipers, all that kind of stuff that sits below the springs and isn't supported by. Now what makes this as important, they say 1 pound of unsprung weight, dropping 1 pound of unsprung weight is equivalent to dropping 20 pounds of sprung weight. So you can make your car a lot quicker, a lot more responsive by dropping unsprung weight, i.e. through the wheels. So me dropping about 6 pounds per wheel just makes the biggest difference. So you guys can figure 120 pounds per wheel, that's 480 pounds, dropping 480 pounds. It would take a lot to get 480 pounds out of the car itself. You'd have to rip out all the trim, all the extra seats, anything else. And I can tell you guys, when I put these wheels on, the difference is just so crazy in responsiveness, acceleration, and deceleration. You're not having to stop as much as, say, a heavy wheel. And just overall, the car feels more nimble, more quick on its feet. And honestly, other than some other things I'm going to talk about in this video, changing out the wheels made the car feel a lot quicker. And it is a lot quicker. I don't think it's just a feeling. The number 2 thing is going to be kind of particular to manual cars. If you have an automatic, if you have a DSG like they have in these Volkswagens, you can get a DSG tune, which is going to make your car shift quicker. I'm sure there's the same type of tunes out there for other types of cars and other automatic transmissions. But if you have a manual shift car, a standard car, get yourself a short throw shifter. It's going to make all the difference going from first to second to third to fourth. Being able to get through those gears quicker means more time accelerating and less time being in between gears, not making forward progress. Now I can say the short throw shifter that I have in this car has definitely made the car quicker versus the stock one. Longer throws. It's easier to get in and out of gear. It's made for the everyday driver, not the sport enthusiast like I am and like the person you probably are watching this video. And the number 3 thing is going to be the suspension. Whether that's either coilovers or lowering springs, either or, it's going to help you out in the long run. It's going to help with the tires and the wheel combo. You're going to be able to get in and out of turns quicker. When you lower the car, it's lowering the center of gravity. There's going to be less body roll, which ultimately makes the car quicker. I have Eibach lowering springs on this car right now. It dropped it, I think, about close to 2 inches. Lowering springs are more for looks, but they do give you that lower center of gravity. They help out. But if you want full adjustability and full control over your car and to be able to tune exactly what you want, coilovers are definitely the way to go. Now, a little asterisk on that is going to be sway bars. Sway bars are going to tighten up the car immensely. They're going to cut down on body roll, again adding to the fact that you're going to be able to get in and out of corners quicker, more precisely, and have more confidence while you're driving the car. And just to go on with that point, the more confidence you have in the car, the more you can rely on the parts that you have in the car, and the more that you trust them, the faster and more aggressively you're going to be able to drive the car in the long run. All right, so on to number 4. It's going to be specific to turbo cars, a intercooler. You guys have heard of boost season before. It's usually around fall when temperatures start dropping, and the winter. These cars do a lot better when they're running cold air. I mean, that's why people get cold air intakes. You're taking air that's being brought in, spun through a turbo that's going to ultimately be heated up through that turbo, and then pushed through an intercooler to be able to cool it down and then push it into the engine. I know for me specifically in the summertime when it starts getting hotter, I see a decrease in performance. Now, the colder the air going in, the more performance you're going to have, the more horsepower it's going to make. When you're pumping in hot air and that stock intercooler can't keep up, you're going to lose horsepower and you're going to lose performance. That's why guys are on nitrous. Nitrous is pre-cooling everything in the engine to be able to get the coolest possible air and transaction of air and fuel to be able to make the most horsepower. So upgrading to a bigger intercooler, one that is more efficient, is definitely going to help, especially in the summer months, but even in the winter months, it's going to be able to help cool that air down even more. Get yourself an intercooler. The 5th thing on the list, and I actually have one more honorable mention after this, but the 5th thing on the list right now, guys, is get a tune. A tune is probably one of the simplest things that you can possibly have done, whether that's getting a handheld access port that has off-the-shelf tunes loaded onto it that you can tune yourself. You can flash back to normal if you want to, or going to a tuner that has a dyno and that's going to be able to use that access port to do professional tunes based off of the mods that you already have. Now, me personally, I have the Apr Stage 2 tune right now. At one point, I was Apr Stage 1. It was basically taking it to an authorized dealer. They plugged it in, they uploaded the tune to the car, and about an hour later, I was set and ready to roll, having about 100 extra horsepower. Now, these cars are rated for 220 of the crank stock, which some people might say that Volkswagen was sandbagging their numbers. We dynoed this thing at 319 wheel horsepower on a cooler spring day with a muffler delete. Take that for what it's worth. But a tune is definitely one of the easiest and simplest things. It just costs money. It's the only barrier. Everything that we just talked about today is going to cost money. Car parts aren't cheap. We all know that. All right, guys. So the honorable mention here is going to be, again, specific to turbo cars, getting a downpipe. A downpipe is going to open up the exhaust. It's going to help the car breathe, especially being able to go stage 2, which is the most cases with cars. A little bit more intrusive, really getting into it, replacing the old parts. But some may argue that the intercooler is also just as intrusive. If you guys go stage 2, get that downpipe. Change your life. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you hit that like button. It really helps us out. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. What have you done to your turbo cars? What do you guys want to do to them in the future? All right, guys, take it easy. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.